Stu, we got a league leader, a tie for league lead now in players only appearances.
What category?
Most appearances on players only.
Players only appearances.
Off and on again. It is a stat.
That's a stat? That's now a stat.
You're probably very proud of that, Dutchie. Welcome back again. We appreciate you coming on.
Yeah, thanks for having me, guys. That's impressive. I feel like I haven't done this that much, but yeah, I must be the only guy that keeps saying yes to you guys. So,
or you're that great. The people want you back
by popular demand, yes. My friend. Popular
we'll
demand.
With that.
Yes,
we'll go with that.
But if you keep making these types of life changes, people are always going to want you back. You got a new dog, Merle. Is it named Merle? Merle Haggard? Like what? Give us some background here.
Yeah, we got him last year actually. He's almost a year old now. Yeah, Merle Haggard's that's where we got the name. So yeah, I love seeing this video because he's so much bigger now. He's a big fluff ball now, but yeah, I brought him in for our team picture day last year and all the fellas loved seeing him. So he's yeah, he just adds to the chaos of our house. We got 3 kids and another dog, but yeah, he's keeping our older dog young, so he's been a good addition.
Is Merle a setter? He looks like he's a setter. Irish setter?
He looks like it there. He's an English Cocker Spaniel actually.
Oh, okay.
So he's got longer hair now, but yeah, I mean a setter's kind of in that Spaniel family. So yeah, he definitely's got that vibe.
Well, you brought up the notion of family. We've got a little clip here we want to show you, but tied to your family, those 3 wild, young ones in your home. On the other side of this, tell us about what it's like in the Duchesne household when Dutchie scores.
Yeah, they get pretty excited, as you can see here. This video is hilarious. But yeah, you can see.
Racing around the island kitchen.
I think the top comment was on that. I saw some people saying, "Where's his wife?" And well, first of all, she's over watching me play hockey. She's watching me play too much. But second, I think she was probably doing my laundry or all the kids' laundry. So she was. I think they ran to the laundry room there. So she's the kind of the glue that keeps us together. But. Yeah, no, the kids, I mean, they love it. My youngest one, who was asleep by then, she might be my son's obsessed, but my youngest one is like most days is walking around a Dallas Stars jersey, and I think Dallas Stars is one of her first words. So yeah, she's the kids love it, and they have a great time with it.
I love that. I love that fans get to see that side of that. I mean, it's just something, maybe you got something else you want to share too, but I remember when I was playing my son, I started just grabbing a puck from every road. We go on a road trip, and I'd be like, every puck has the logo. So if we're in Vancouver, obviously you got the Canucks. Maybe it's a Vancouver, Calgary, Edmonton trip, and I'd come back, and I remember he had these little steps going up to his bed that lifted up, and I'd put them in there, and I'd close it, and he'd wake up in the morning, he'd come running in the bedroom, and he's like, he didn't even know the names of the teams. I've got the Will, I've got this, and he was so excited. But like, your kids are really into it. It looks like.
We do the same thing. I do the same thing as you. We get the one of our trainers grabs me a warm-up puck, and
that's
now
great.
The warm-up pucks have like the date, and they have the both logos on it. And I told them, we'll get one for every team each year. So we did it last year. So we got a bucket of warm-up pucks from last year, and then this year he lines them up on a shelf. So
that's so cool.
And we put them in order of when we play. So he loves it. My daughter gets some too. She just likes being kind of that's my middle daughter. She likes to be involved in it. Not as religious and putting them up as my son, but no, they love that stuff. It's it's so fun to have kids that age doing what I'm doing, and
yeah.
I remember being my son's age, and that was when I really got into hockey, and watching about 4, 5, 6 years old. He's turning 6 tomorrow actually, so they love it, and it's a lot of fun to see it on the other side.
And I was just going to bring it up. Your son is your oldest, right? He's 6. He's the one. He's playing hockey now. Is that right, Dutch? And are you involved at all?
Yeah, no, he's playing hockey, and he turns 6 tomorrow, and he's big for his age. He's 80 pounds at 6 years old, and
repping the Mighty Ducks. I appreciate that.
Yeah,
I appreciate that.
Yeah,
that's tugging at my heartstrings.
That's a Charlie Conway jersey from the movie. He got obsessed with that recently. So he loves it. I mean, he's this is his first year playing on a team, and yeah, he's the youngest kid on the team, but he's the biggest. So that's it's pretty funny out there when we tell people that he's only 5, their jaw hits the ground. But he loves it, and it's fun to watch how much him improve, and it's amazing seeing the game through his eyes. That's things change, as you guys know very well, over the course of your career, and the game becomes so much more business and becomes so much more about success rather than just the fun of putting the gear on and going and shooting and stick handling the puck. And watching him kind of have that love is kind of rekindled it in me in a way over the last couple of years, where you're reminded and you almost are like, man, okay, I remember why I fell in love with this game and why I'm here, and it starts with the love of it. And he's got that, and it's a beautiful thing. And I don't know if there's something I like more than watching him play. It's so fun, and to see him improve and learn, figure out different things and stuff like that. It's incredible.
Keep him eating the beef and putting the weight on and muscle on like he is right now. He's a big boy, ready to go. You guys are just started a 5-game roadie, so the kids will be getting some new pucks from different teams. Big win at MSG last night. You got the first goal to get your team going. But what does it mean, or what was the feeling like with you guys coming back in that game, being down 3-0?
Yeah, you know what? We were down 3-0, but we were playing pretty well. We had 18 shots in the first, and we got 2 back there near the end. So it was one of those situations where, obviously we got a nice bounce on this. I was trying to hit Jamie backdoor, and he hit his stick, but yeah, we just stuck with it, and we played a pretty good game. I think the biggest kind of lull we had was the first half of the second period. We didn't play very well, but we didn't give up anything during that time, so that was fortunate. And I think when you're down, you guys have been in those games where you're not playing very well, but you're winning, or you're playing really well and you're losing by a few. And the big thing is you just can't give up that next goal. That we're down 3-0. If you get that next one, it's 3-1. You're back in the game just like that, right? Especially that early. But you give up the fourth one, it's like, we could play the best game of our season. We probably won't come back tonight. Good chance, right? So we stuck with it. We got, like I said, mine hits a stick and goes in, and gets us back. And then we got a big goal in the power play, and you go in after one down 3-2, and we're the dialogue in the room. I think I said, guys, we play 40 more like that, we'll probably win the game. So fortunately we did, and got one there in OT.
Benner getting that OT winner. We just did a breakdown in the last block, just kind of him going in there and just kind of throwing the Ranger defenseman to the side and creating space. I love that stuff. From my vantage point, he seems like such a bully out there, and I love that. Like, what does that mean? That you get that swagger? Like, does he give you guys a different level of kind of swagger?
I think so. I think he's kind of that calming presence. I actually didn't see how he got so open, but now I'm seeing it. It makes sense. There's a good little play by him there. Because 4-on-3 and OT, like 4-on-3 is tough. I mean, feels you have one more guy out there, but teams just play that triangle, and it feels like everything's taken away. But no, he's a guy that I think everyone kind of feeds off of. He's very calm, cool, collected. Even if he's not like that on the inside, I think there's a lot more going on, behind that death stare than people realize. But his game he plays such a old school, up and down, hard game with a lot of skill sprinkled in there as well. So he brings a little bit of everything to our team, and he's an amazing captain. I've been playing with him for the last 5 games, and it's been a lot of fun. Our line's had a lot of success, and he's played awesome. I mean, he's been really good, and I mean, you look at his numbers, you look at his games played. I mean, the guy's probably going to end up being a Hall of Famer. So really, really great guy to have on our team, and to be our leader for sure.
One of the things I've been saying about your roster, a key sector of your roster, Dutchie, going back to last year, is just the way that you and Mason Marchment and Tyler Seguin had kind formed that second unit and been really one of the most productive second units 5-on-5 across the NHL. Of course, those two guys go down, and then you're talking now about Wyatt Johnston and Ben and the chemistry you three have developed in a really short span of time. I guess number one, where does that chemistry come from, if you can kind of identify it? But talk to also to, we're so fond of saying, like, the Dallas Stars may have league-leading depth, especially across their forwards. It's a really luxurious position to be in as a club, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, last year I think me, Mush, and Segi were the number one line in the league in terms of goals scored by a line. I think we
Right.
were when Segi went down, and then this year we were doing the same thing. And then Segi, his hip kind of ran out of runway, and um, he had to get surgery, and so that disrupts things. And then Mush gets hurt, and we're kind of in a situation where all of a sudden, I actually. Pete and I talked about it the next day. He kind of pulled me in. He said, "Hey, what are you thinking?" And I said, I think we got to kind of almost, look at it a different way than we've been doing it. We're a team that's built on depth, rolling, four lines, and all of a sudden, you're short, two guys that have made up such a productive line. And obviously Pavelski's retired. That's a big, that's 65 plus points that you're not going to have this year. And so he kind of, I guess, loaded up a little bit the top six, and it's since we've done that, it's been. I mean, we've been scoring a lot, both lines, and our third line came up with a huge one last night, late, and yeah, our fourth line's been really solid too. I mean, we're 5-0 since that change, so a lot of credit to Pete for kind of seeing it and adjusting, and I think it's made for a good run here for us.
Dutchy, one of the things I really enjoyed about you outside of watching you on the ice has been you're very transparent with being off the ice, and we get to know who you are. And I think that's important nowadays in sports, to get to know the athletes. You just launched your Duchesne's Honky Tonk charity down there in Dallas. I know this is near and dear to you, so could you talk about that a little bit and what that means?
Yeah, well, first, thanks for putting it up on the screen. People can go on the website there and donate to it. Essentially, it goes back to my time in junior. I got tight with a little boy that was from my hometown who was going through cancer. He basically fought his whole life. He passed away my first year in the NHL, and he asked his parents to be buried in my jersey, and that was something that, I mean, hit me hard. And I was already, involved with him in fundraisers and stuff like that while he was alive. And yeah, I went home for the funeral mid-season in January of 2010. And my big thing was I saw the toll that it took on the family, on his brother. And when I went to Nashville, it was the first year I did the Hockey Tonk Suite when I got there. And the aim was to basically give families, not just the person that's affected by cancer, whether it be the mom or dad or one of the siblings, but the whole family, a night out. And because when somebody's going through that, it takes a toll on the entire family. It's not just the person going through it, as we all know. And so this year I wanted to do something. It took us a little while to get together, and then December we launched it. And yeah, it's been great. I think after the very first night, we had somebody in the suite. I got a letter from them saying that that it was the first night they've had out in a long time as a family, where they could just be a family and not worry about anything. And almost brings tears to your eyes, because it's like, that's exactly what I'm trying to do. And so the nice thing is, so I paid for the suite outright, and then people will that are going through this sickness, and we partnered with a Texas, Dallas-based organization to help us find different families, and they'll go to a lot of the games, and then the other nights, other fans can buy the suite, and it's already paid for by me, so they're 100% of their purchase goes towards this foundation, and goes in this, and the Dallas Stars Foundation, towards helping these families. So Yeah, it's something that I just feel like as pro athletes, we need to give back, and we're very blessed to be where we're at. And
Yeah.
that's how I was raised to do that. And my parents made a big deal out of that growing up, and I'm very grateful for that because it's so important. And I think it's on all of us to make an impact as much off the ice as on the ice.
Yeah, a wonderful and noble cause, Matt, and thanks for the time and energy you invest in that. I know you make a difference without question. You mentioned Nashville in your remarks, and I'm curious. We caught an episode of you on Spittin' Chicklets. I believe it goes back to the summer, and you were pretty emotional about leaving Nashville. Maybe just some of your sentiments around that. And second piece of that question, I know country music is a love of yours, a passion of yours. Is it perhaps country music that takes the DeChain family back to Nashville after you're all done, after you hang them up?
I would say, well, first of all, the country part, obviously, I'm a big fan and have made a lot of friends in the industry and stuff. And it's probably what originally drew me to Nashville. But
Yeah.
I guess I came for the music, and it'll probably be home. Like you mentioned, it's going to be home. That's the plan as of right now, just for the lifestyle, the people. Um, it's beautiful country out there. And then we've made so many friends in town, and old teammates that are going to retire there. And so it's looking like that'll be home. And yeah, I just did that pod with Chicklets there probably a month ago, maybe. And yeah, I mean, I was pretty open about everything that went down. I like I said, like I just mentioned, it's somewhere that we looked at as not being just a hockey home. It was going to be home for us. So yeah, it was tough, but I'll be honest, like over a year later, it's in the rear view for me. And
Hmm.
I've just been so excited to be part of this Dallas Stars franchise and organization, and this city. It's been such a blessing. And if it's every day, getting to go to the rink with these guys and work towards what we're working towards is special. And I wouldn't trade it. Absolutely.
When it's all said and done, and potentially you're back in Nashville, and you ever want to scare the hell out of anybody, you just give the Grim Reaper a call. That's where he's living, and he'll come over and back everybody off you.
I'm available October for the 31st every year. I'm available
Perfect.
late
We'll hire
October.
you.
Hey, we got a fun little part we want to end with, the little superlatives for you. I just want to ask you some questions, maybe about teammates, current or even in the past. Who's got the best taste in music, in your opinion, as far as your teammates?
Best taste. Well, we got a lot of guys that like country, so there's definitely a few. I'll go with Jamie Benn. He likes a lot of the old stuff. Thomas Harley's actually sneaky. I'll see him. I'll put something on that I think only, there's only a handful of guys, and there may be like two or three in the room that might know. And those two are usually the guys that know it. I'll do the odd '90s country quiz in the room. I'll be like, "Hey, who sings this song?" and point to all the young guys, and they have no idea. So I'm like, "Well, everything you guys are listening to today is because of these guys, so you better learn it."
I'm curious to know, this is usually the way it was in any room that I was part of, but is there kind of a different theme on an off day versus a game day? And I'm curious about the game day, like what's playing in the Stars locker room, 2 hours before puck drop. What's it sound like in there then?
Yeah, we kind of mix it up. My time where I really try to grab the iPad and put something on is in the morning. Pregame skate. I'll throw on something country. I've been putting on the Spotify, just shuffling a lot of Riley Green lately, which a lot of guys like, and it's gone over well. I had to mix it up last game. I went with some Eric Church last game. My wife recently did that in the car the other day. She threw on a bunch of Eric Church that we hadn't listened to in a while, so it was kind of on my mind. But yeah, I don't really go near it after that. The guys will put on. We have a good mix. We'll put on some rock. We'll put on some rap, hip hop. That kind of stuff. More upbeat, some house music, or EDM stuff. Yeah, it's kind of a big mix.
Hey, Dutch, you'd appreciate this one. I was able, when I was playing in Metro New York area, I got to see Eric Church at a real small venue in the city. Awesome concert.
Yeah.
Like, I love Eric Church. He's one of your faves or what?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, one of my all time. I, he's kind of a special artist for me as well, because when I met my wife, he was her favorite, and he was before he became like huge, and she got me into him right when we met, and then he dropped that Chief album and then exploded after that. So I was kind of in on the ground floor there, and it was cool to watch him explode and become everyone that everyone in the country music industry was aspiring to be like, so yeah, I've seen him. Man, I've probably seen him 10 times in
Wow.
concert.
Oh, that's great.
It's always pretty great.
Very cool. Very cool. It's an 82-game grind, and then should you be fortunate enough to make the playoffs, that extends you by another several weeks. You got to keep it light. Is there a prank guy in the room if it's not you? Is there somebody that's kind of pushing buttons, game days, off days?
You know what? Some of the young guys have been going after each other, so we're
Is that
kind of
right?
the older guys are just kind of hearing about it more. Um, it's funny to talk like that because I was always the young guy and now I'm the old guy. So I don't know when that happened, but
Yeah, time flies.
or one of the old guys, yeah, it's nuts. I mean, you guys know. But yeah, I know Colin Blackwell's been up to some stuff, and he's kind of he's not. I think he's 30, but he's been kind of messing with the young guys. I know Maverick Bork. His birthday is today, and I think he might have had a bucket of water leaning on his door. And I don't know if Blackie did it, but that would be again. And I'm just hearing stuff, so I have no idea. But if I
Sure.
was to, make a guess,
Sure
I
you
would
are.
say Blackie was the one who did it. So yeah, we'll see. I don't know. I'll find out. I'll poke around tomorrow and see if there's any evidence of what I'm just assuming.
Okay,
All right,
good
man.
deal.
Well, hey, we'll let you go. We appreciate you taking the time. And again, to the viewers, go check out Dutchie's Honky Tonk. Figure out any ways that you can help out as well and learn more about the great cause that Matt Duchene's doing and leading the charge there with that charity. But thanks for hopping on with us.